Personal Story segment tonight, gender equality. As you may know, there's a theme among the Democrats that women should be equal to men pretty much everywhere, but especially in the salary arena. Recently, conservative activist Phyllis Schlafly wrote an opinion piece that argued the so-called pay gap between men and women is not really a bad thing, because if the ladies start making more money than the guys, they would have a harder time finding suitable mates or something. The implication being that women like to marry successful men. Joining us now from Los Angeles, Leslie Marshall, and from Washington, Kate Obenshain. All right, now this is very confusing to me. Did I portray it to the audience accurately, first of all, Kate, and what do you think about it?
Actually, I think you did. I think what Phyllis is saying is that there's this natural instinct among women. I mean, Phyllis stirs the pot just by pointing out the obvious that you're not allowed to with feminists. But she says there's this thing called hypergamy, which means women look to marry men who are more successful. They make more money. That's actually been proven. It's not something that she just sort of made up. Men like to marry women who they think are better than they in certain areas, like they're more attractive, they're younger. This is just a fact, and Phyllis is pointing it out, but she does so also by dismissing.
What do you have to back up the women like to marry successful guys, though? What do you have?
The National Bureau of Economic Research reported last year, this is not a right-wing group, they did an expansive study. There have been studies as far back that I know about of 1989, and many studies since then that have shown that women look to marry men who are more successful, in part, Bill, so they can take time off, raise their children.
Have
it's a natural instinct.
And not have to worry about the economic repercussions.
Right. It's absolutely,
all right, makes sense.
And that when they don't marry, when they marry somebody who's less successful, their marriages are less satisfying and they're more likely to end in divorce.
Wow. All right, Leslie, from your perch, you say what?
Wow. Kate, I thought we were going to agree on this. Let me tell you, when I first married my husband, he made a lot less. He was in residency, and I didn't marry him because of money. Out here in Los Angeles, we call those gold diggers. If I was going to marry for money, Bill, I would have married you. The problem here is that it's 2014. I would hope that women are not marrying men just because they make more.
Hoping and wishing, I mean, with all due respect to Dusty Springfield, wishing and hoping doesn't really matter. Kate had a Kate had an excellent summation based on the facts of a study that says American women feel more secure, more comfortable if the guy they're marrying can provide more. Now, do you dispute that?
But but the United States Census Bureau has told us since 2007, up until the latest numbers of 2012, that women don't make as much as men, Bill, and that is what this fight in war on women is about. And so the reason more of us are marrying men that make more is because they make more. The men make more than we do.
But Leslie, you're either missing the point on purpose or you're not understanding, and I'll go over to Caden so you can rethink. The point of it is that the research shows American women feel more comfortable, all right, marrying men who are more successful than they are economically. Therefore, Phyllis Schlafly puts forth, not Bill O'Reilly, I want to stay out of this, all right, puts forth that this gender income gap isn't really that important. Now, do you buy that opinion, Kate?
Well, first of all, she points out that the 77 cents myth is a myth. It's not,
and
it's
we
not the truth.
We have destroyed that here.
So she's talking about a much smaller income gap, and she says the reality of that is it's because of the actual choices that women make. They continue to choose less profitable industries to go into.
But all of that we have established beyond a reasonable doubt. But the core remains, and let me give Leslie the last word. Sure. Do you believe the research on this, Leslie? That it isn't a big deal among women if they make a few cents less than men, because they'd rather have more men who are successful for social purposes. Last word.
No, I don't. I think that most women want to be treated fairly and equally. And I think because of the opportunity and a lot of choices that women have had, as Phyllis recommended when I interviewed her years back, to stay home, means that they are behind with education, skills, work experience, and that's why they hold the majority of the top 10 jobs that pay less than $10.10 an hour. And that's what we want to change. And I think we can get married to great guys who make more than us or equal to us, which is certainly my hope for the future.
Women do make the same as men when they're not married and they don't have kids.
Okay. I'm glad I stayed above the fray on this one.